What's going on, guys? This is Bruce Matson, your host of the show. Still no name. We're about a month and a half in of this program. No name for the show, but don't worry about it. We'll figure that out. But before I dig into this, make sure you hit subscribe, ring the bell, so you don't miss any more of my content. I'm going to be dropping videos on the regular, and you do not want to miss a beat. You'll be a better fantasy football player, and you'll have more knowledge about college football, NFL draft, because of me. But let's dig into this. So I'm going to be talking about Justin Fields. You can see I got the Ohio State shirt on. So I've seen every snap at least twice, and I'm a big Ohio State fan. I'm the kind of Ohio State fan that I'm very judgmental. I expect perfection, so I look at things differently than a Homer fan. So first off, I like Justin Fields a lot. I think he is a great NFL prospect. He is NFL ready right now. There's a lot of good to talk about when we talk about Justin Fields. He's got a strong arm. He's mobile. He's big. And he is tough under pressure. He can take some hits, and the ball still lands where it's supposed to go. And one thing that's very underrated about his game is his preparation and his ability to read defenses. He's been lights out this year. Well, he's completing like 87% of his passes right now. I know we're only 2 games in, but we have a good sample size from last year, and it looks like we're getting some improvement. And it's looking good. He's dropping dimes where Chris Olave and other receivers can only catch him in tight windows, around the corners of the end zone even. Tough balls to throw, NFL-ready balls. A lot of NFL quarterbacks couldn't hit. And there's been some shots where he's been rolling out and he gets hit by the defensive player and still makes the throw. He did that last year. He's continuously doing this year. He did it in both games. And he is just a monster. He does a very good job at reading the coverage, being well prepared before the snap goes. He knows where he wants to go with the ball or what to do with the ball. And everything slows down for him. He doesn't freak out when he's getting blitzed. He's able to put the ball in that open slot if blitzers come in. It's been amazing to watch. I suggest sitting down, watching some Justin Fields, either some highlights or some film on YouTube, or catching a couple Ohio State games if you haven't already. If you haven't got the chance to watch him, I suggest watching Justin Fields. Before, a few weeks ago, I cut a video on Trevor Lawrence saying he was the best quarterback prospect since Peyton Manning. And I'm still holding true to that. I do have Trevor Lawrence graded very, very high. Creme de la creme of quarterback prospects. But guess what? Justin Fields is not much far away. I'm talking Trevor Lawrence, maybe a little Fieldsy. And retrospective, let's talk about some of the quarterbacks that came out, how they looked at prospect-wise, and they became first-round picks. Kyler Murray. Let's see. Fields has a stronger arm, a little bit more accurate. Murray's obviously faster than Field when he's a runner. Fields got a better field vision. Fields is a better quarterback prospect coming out of high school even, 5-star recruit. It's Fields and Trevor Lawrence, remember, broke the system at 247.com. Two of the highest quarterback recruits to ever come out. Ever. And both of these guys have been just wheeling and dealing, stealing ever since they've been in the NCAA. And we should not pump the brakes on these two guys because they've done nothing but get promoted when they're during the recruiting phase and then blow up when they were hitting the field. They've shown nothing but good. Let's compare him to Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow was at Ohio State right now, he would not be starting over Fields. Fields has more accurate ball placement, sees the field better, more mobility, more talent, stronger arm. Joe Burrow had to transfer out of Ohio State. 1 year of college production. Fields was at LSU last year. Fields would be starting over Burrow. And it would have been an easy decision. If Fields was in last year's draft, he would have been the first player overall. Bar none. It wouldn't have even been a debate. Even with what Burrow did, Fields just has more gusto, more talent than he does, more arm strength, better vision. And then let's talk about Ohio State quarterbacks. He is heads and tails better than Dwayne Haskins. Heads and tails. Like, the difference is remarkable. Dwayne Haskins, when he was coming out, he was very, very, very safe. Not willing to throw into tight windows. He never threw any of those wow balls. He has a very strong arm. But he's not Fields. Fields is throwing ropes in the position where only the receiver can get to. Haskins never really did that. Haskins had a pretty ball, strong arm, a little bit of mobility, but not that much. Not like what Fields has got. Size, but he wasn't 100% pro ready. He looked good. He is in a great system, make him look pro ready, but he wasn't 100% pro ready. We can easily call that. Other quarterbacks, I'm thinking, Carson Wentz. Fields is a prospect. Is heads and tails ahead of him. They're very similar in mobility. I would give the nudge Fields pretty easily. I think he's more agile. Fields got a stronger arm. He's more accurate. Coming out of college, Wentz, his accuracy was the main issue with him. FCS level, lower level completion percentage. Fields is lighting it up. He had 67% last year, 87 right now, but that's just 2 games. But still, things are improving. And then the pedigree coming out of high school. When we look at Fields from a fantasy football perspective, Fields is going to give us the Konami code or the elevated floor to make him a safe player to grab. In Dynasty, redraft once he gets transitioned or assimilated to the league. But that little rushing floor, those extra 2, 3, 4, 5 points on average per game from his rushing is going to make him a little safer. And we know he can sling the ball. And we know Trevor Lawrence is pretty much going to be the first quarterback taken in the draft. That means, it doesn't mean he's not. It means he's a little bit less likely to go to a crappy team or a really bad team, a really bad situation. Lawrence has a good chance of going to the Jets. That's a scary place. It can change around like that, though. It's the NFL. Things change. Once you get Adam Gase out of there, you could see a shift in tides, per se. Justin Fields, though, is a good player. When we're looking at rookie drafts, this is so early. So early to look at rookie drafts right now. A lot can happen. Injuries, guys not coming out, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. Guys' stock randomly improving, going up. We see this every year. But for a quarterback, we need to rate him higher than we rated, quarterbacks in previous years. We need to rate him higher than what Joe Burrow was this year. We need to rate him higher than what we had with Kyler Murray. Just because he's just a safer player. I would put him on that fringe first-round pick range as of right now, the way I'm thinking about it. Running back's not as good this year as it was in 2020. So you're not going to have as many running backs fall to the back of the first. You may have your landmines like you do every year. Wide receivers are going to be stacked. Tight end's going to be a little better. Quarterback is going to be looking fresh this year. Fields, Lawrence, there's going to be a lot of debate between the two. I'm going to let you know they are stud quarterbacks. These are 2 quarterbacks we do not see every year. We're lucky to get 2 quarterbacks like this in the same draft. And it's going to throw off people's evaluation because you're used to having 1 good quarterback, a lot of pretenders. Now we're getting 2, and people are going to debate. I just want to let you guys know that these are two stud quarterbacks that you really want to have on your radar, you want to look for. And I wouldn't want to mess around if you need a quarterback in Dynasty or even redraft or whatever format you play, keeper. I wouldn't want to mess around and play cheap and miss out on one of these guys because they're going to be two good quarterbacks for a long time. And I'm talking about both Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. Justin Fields is NFL ready. He looks like he's getting better by the game. He's going to look good at the combine when he comes out. That's even if he does it, who knows? That so far we got COVID and all that going on. He could stop playing right now. And he's fine. His stock wouldn't drop at all. He could not play the rest of the season and be easily a second pick in the draft behind Trevor Lawrence. Or the first pick, depending on that 101, the team that has the 101, their preference. That could possibly happen. We'll see. Barring injury on these two players, we have two quarterbacks here that we're going to have to wait and see who drafts them in the first round. That's exciting. And I'm all for it. I'm all for more good quarterback play in the NFL. I want to thank you guys for watching the show. Make sure you hit subscribe. It's somewhere down there. Just pound that button real quick. Hit the bell. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care. Leave me some questions in the comments or whatever. I'll try and get back with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.